video is going to be a little short because we're going to be talking about DC, which is a place where there's little to nothing to do. No, that's a lie. Clickbait. There's nothing to do in DC. I think it was just my experience, and I didn't really have a very good tour guide. As soon as you get off the bus, I took a bus because New York and DC are pretty close to each other. So as soon as you get off the bus, you get out of the station, I think it's called Union Station, and then you see a giant bell and the Capitol building, which I personally forgot that it was the Capitol building. So I was just like, what is this building? And then my friend laughed at me and he was like, it's the Capitol building, you should know this, Joel, you're American. And I'm like, you're probably right. You know, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the bell. There's a giant bell. I think it's the Liberty Bell. Freedom Bell. Is that a thing? Let's move on. If you go during the summer, it's so humid. I can't stress that enough. It's too hot. You need to wear literally nothing. And maybe I'm over exaggerating because I haven't been to LA yet during the summer, but it's super hot and humid in DC during the summer. I don't think you can even go out. I was having a hard time breathing, but that's also because of my asthma. Second time I mentioned this in a video. To get around, you can either use the transit, which is also known as the metro, but you can't find that everywhere. You have to walk to it, and there's like sometimes a huge walking distance. You can take a cab, an Uber, or people over there use bikes or scooters on the streets. And I tried that, it terrified me. It's an electric scooter, so I didn't know how to manage it. I almost got hit by a car. Lincoln Memorial, it's my favorite place because there's also a giant rectangular, it's not a pool, what do you call that? Lake? What do you call it? Body of water. This is a mess. During the summer there's also a lot of festivals which I didn't go to, and because it's too hot for any of that. Most of them are free. There's a lot of free concerts as well, and then you can just walk anywhere. DC is kind of like a small city, so when you go there, all the things are kind of connected to each other, or they're very close to each other. Like the Washington Monument is next to Lincoln Memorial. It's also next to a mall. And then you go to the White House, which you can't really go in unless you have a ticket, maybe 6 months prior. But there's also a lot of museums around the area. There's the Animal Museum, I guess. There's a money museum. I like that. There's an airplane museum, which I also liked. I'm not really a museum person, but there are a lot of museums that you can go to for free. The money museum, mostly, they show you how to make the money. Well, you don't really make it, but like they show you how they make money. There's all kinds of presidents' memorials. So I told you about the Lincoln Memorial. There's also a George Washington Memorial, which that place is so nice. We went there, but it was closed. But there are stairs leading up to the actual memorial, and just standing on those stairs, you get to see a very nice view. I think that memorial is in Virginia because you can go from Washington DC to Virginia using the transit, and it's very simple. So we went to Virginia to watch a movie and then ended up going to the George Washington Memorial and took a lot of pictures. Those pictures are incredible. If it's not in the montage, I'll just pop up some here. One museum that I also really liked and I'm very into, I went to one here in New York, it's the Spy Museum, but this one is the International Spy Museum. I didn't really have time to do all of it, but I did get to do, I think, the first floor, and there's a couple floors. I didn't know about this. I went in and I was like, okay, it's like small, there's one floor, there's not much to do. But then I went to talk to someone to ask like where the bathroom was or whatever. Skip to finding out that there's 3 more floors, and I'm like, but it closes in 10 minutes. What do you mean you're just telling me there's 3 more floors? I didn't have the time to do it, all of it. I really wanted to, and there's a lot of cool activities that I really wanted to try. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to do it, so I might just go back to do that. Another really cool thing I got to see was the Botanic Garden. Now there's a Botanic Garden almost everywhere, but the one in DC is, I can't say it's different because I think that's the only Botanic Garden I've been to. But it's cool, it's something you can check out. The Botanic Garden, it's in DC, yeah.
My body break, my heart give up. Why did darkness come? I felt the lightness shake me into hell. Why did darkness come? I wanna stay in here where I belong. Why did darkness come?